Hey, welcome back to Burntwood Workshop. I know it's been a while. I've been offline for a while because I've been working on building my house. So what I'm going to do today is show you a little bit of what I've been doing and just show you the crazy build I'm doing. I am still on YouTube. I've not gone away, and I'm going to have some more videos coming up very soon. Right now, I've just got to get to a certain point before the cold weather hits to get my heating system in. So I've been working pretty hard on that and plumbing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through, show the crazy stuff I'm doing. Okay, so here we are at Burntwood Workshop outside. Now, here's the story. This may look peculiar. What happened was we bought this property, this beautiful 3-acre property, and had a mobile home on it, and we wanted to build our house. And we were going to do cordwood, and that is another part of this story. But we started this house, and it was right where we wanted our house to be. And we didn't want to move the mobile home and live in a camper or anything like that. So what we decided was, I'm going to build the house over the mobile home, okay? So this is what we built over it, okay? You can see that. That is what we built over it. Now this nasty looking plywood below, the whole lower section was post and beam so that I could do the cordwood. I was going to do a single floor of cordwood and then stick build above. And that was going to be a year, and it turned into 4 years. And the plywood, I was going to paint it, and I never did, and now it's looking pretty nasty. But what we did was we built this whole thing over the mobile home. And what we're going to do is we're going to go in, and I'm going to show you some of this. Actually, we're going to go around first, and I'm going to show you the rest of it. Okay, so this is the mobile home, and it's half in the house and half outside, okay? So now, if you can see from here, this is what it looks like. This whole half is outside of the mobile home, outside of the house, and the mobile home is half and half, basically. Okay, so, and some of the stuff is still in the works, like my patio, because I was doing pellets. I get this camera right. Since I was doing pellets, we had to have something quick. So I had scrapped roofing metal, so I just sided it up with that. And I had done a job and had a storm door left over. So I put the storm door on there. But this is the main house. Now the upstairs is all stick built. And that's done with rough cut 2x6, which is another story that I did it with rough cut 2x6s and rough cut 6x6s. The downside to that is as they dry, they twist and don't actually look as great when things dry up all the time. So my roof has a little bit of whammy to it. But this is the cordwood that we did. Now I did this one section here. If you can see that. So we tip that down. Okay, so there's the foundation. That's the cordwood. Now the foundation on this is a whole nother story. If you can see this, this is 2 8-foot poured wall, 8-inch thick poured walls. 1 8-inch thick poured wall, and then 2 inches of foam, and then another 8-inch. So that I had basically 18 inches, so that I could do my 16-inch thick cordwood wall, and then a 2-inch ledge for my floor joist to sit on. Well, we did the cordwood, and as you can see by this, the rest of the house is not cordwood down below. And the reason for that is because I'm 62 years old, my help moved away, and I did this one section, took me a little over a week by splitting it and cutting it and everything, and mortaring it in. That took me a little over a week. In comparison, the upstairs was framed and completely roofed in a week. And then after that, I insulated and everything else. Now, that's not to say that I don't have sheetrock, mudding, and taping to do. But when you have poor weather, the inside stuff's the easy stuff to do. The cordwood's harder. If you have help, cordwood's great. But for me, it was just me now. And I'm 62 and it was getting really hard. So I ended up switching gears. So now we're doing this built like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a walk through, and I'm going to switch this around and so you're not looking at me the whole time. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is a 4-foot high crawl space foundation, which is fantastic for me because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my horizontal furnace down there. I'm going to put my water heater down there and all that. There's our cordwood. And as you can see, that was post and beam. Now what I had to do is frame in between all those posts to do this, or I could have pulled them out, but that was even more work. So this upper section was done 4 years ago. So you can see this is going to have to fade into that eventually. But just to show you some real redneck tips and tricks here. Some of this doesn't look great because it didn't get done in time, but these were storm doors left over from a job. And what I did was I put them horizontally so that I could open them up and have some air and have some light in the patio. And then this is a shed that I built, and this is going into the back of the house. That room right there is going to be my generator room once I get that built. And that's the connector for that to go into my breaker panel, which is on the other side of the wall. So that's going to be a generator room that's going to be enclosed later. Okay, so now we're going to go around and we're going to go through. Okay, so this is coming into the front door, and this is a nice little sign to have so that they leave your packages. I made that with a laser. I had to throw something laser into this. Okay, so we're coming in. This was the breezeway that was on the house off the trailer when we bought it. Okay, so then I built a set of stairs going up. And now we're going to go into the new part. Oh, breaker panel doors open because I was doing electrical this morning. Okay, we're going to come in here. This is coming into the addition. And coming in on the left here, we've got a nice little bathroom with a window. And I just finished the plumbing in here. So here's our plumbing. And then this is your vent stack, and that's going to go up and all the way around like that and tie into the vent stack for the toilet, and that's going to go up and out of the house. And then that's the vent stack coming from the toilet. Okay, so this is this is where things get real. This post is the post that's supporting the addition. This is the mobile home right here. And that is going to get cut out in the future, like next month, or yeah, hopefully next month, definitely. And then that's the stairs going up into the addition. That goes into the pantry. And this is the back of the house from the inside. And this is all stick built now. With, as you can see, the posts. That was the post and beam that was going to be cordwood. That is no longer cordwood. And then I wanted a nice arch doorway there. And then coming into the pantry, we have, that's the back side of the cordwood wall. We did some bottle ends. Now, the reason the cordwood wall didn't end up being done, was because the cordwood wall actually had the same temperature as the stick-built wall that I built. All right, let me pause this. All right, hang on. So here's the cordwood wall inside the pantry. And this wall here is the regular wall. Now, the reason we went, all right, and this was put up just to keep from getting into the insulation while I was working down here until this gets sheetrocked. It just, while I'm down here plumbing, I didn't want to get into the rock wool. But we're finishing this up right now. These are the drains for the washing machine. And that's I'm working on plumbing right now. The wiring is pretty well done. Okay, so we're going to come back out of the pantry. This is the door going into the trailer, which is a step down into the trailer, into the mobile home. Now, the reason we went with stick-built instead of cordwood is this is 1-inch foam, and it's foil-faced on the other side. I got a really good deal on this. So the outside of this is strapped and foamed. Then I rock wooled with basically 2x6 rock wool, with 6-inch rock wool. And then on the outside it's board and battened. So with the rock wool being R21, this is R5. That gives me R26, and then the boards are equivalent. A 1-inch board is equivalent to an R1. So I've got an R27 wall here, which is pretty stellar. So that's the direction we went. And then these stairs don't come to the edge because this was going to be cordwood up to the stairs, but it is no longer. So, and then this is the going up the stairs up into the addition. And this is what we're finishing off right now, so we can move up here so we can get out of the trailer and pull it out. And this is the room you probably recognize. This is a studio. My paint room. Those will be the 2 bedrooms. And this is the hallway going into the bathroom. And the bathroom is almost completely plumbed too. All I have left is the vent stacks on stuff. Tub is in. And then this is going to be my wife's dark room with a deep sink, and that's what that plumbing is for. So that's what we're working on. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm doing on that, leave me a comment and I'll start posting progress videos on what I'm doing here. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is if you would like a video on how I built this, I can post that too. This is going to be built into my wife's closet. And the reason it's painted right now is because this is actually the wall. And this is pretty much built into this. So I built this for nice cubbies to store stuff in the closet. And then this section here is big enough for the dresser to fit in. Toilet tank, we already got all our stuff for that. And this is going to be a closet. So this is what the bedroom is going to be like. And leave me a comment. If you'd like to see more of the progress on this house, be glad to do videos and show what's going on. I can do some time lapse. We watch a lot of home improvement videos. We watch Duncombe House. We watch Jacob and Jamber. We watch a lot of them, and we enjoy them. If you enjoy them, leave me a comment and I'll post more.